In this class, we are going to discuss how to generate an intermediate code for an assignment statement. So, an assignment statement means the statement will have a left hand side and a right hand side, right? And the value of right hand side is assigned to the variable in the left hand side. For example, consider this arithmetic expression x is equal to y plus z star f. So, we can see that this is an arithmetic expression which involves a plus operator and the star operator. So the value of the right hand side y plus z star w is being assigned to the variable in the left hand side, that is x, right? So we have already discussed how to write the three address code for different statements. So let us write a three address code for this particular statement. So how we can write? Since in the right hand side we have the plus operator and star operator, and star is having higher precedence, first we have to do the computation for z star w, right? And the result is stored to a temporary variable t1. So z star w is now available in t1. And in the next step, what we have to do, we have to perform the addition operation y plus, now z star w is available in t1, so t1. Again, the entire result of right hand side is now available in t2, and this has to be assigned to x, right? So x has to be assigned with t2. So this is the three address code that we need to generate. So we are going to discuss a translation scheme that is capable of generating the three address code, and we have already discussed that three address code may be implemented using a quadruple, a triple, or indirect triple. Now in this translation scheme we are going to implement it using a quadruple. So how we can write the quadruple of this? Quadruple of this means, a quad means we will have four fields. So in the first field we will have the operator, so star operator. Then first parameter or operand is z, second operand is w, and the result is stored in t1, right? And for this one, we can write for this one we have the plus operator, right? Y t1, result is stored in t2. Again for this one, now the operator is assignment operator, and the value of t2 must be assigned to x. So the result is x, and this is null. Okay, so this has to be generated. We are going to generate this quadruple using a translation scheme. So in order to generate that, we'll make use of following notions. So first one, emit. It is a function which is capable of generating the intermediate codes in a quadruple format. Okay, so in order to generate a quadruple, we will make use of the function emit. Now we have something known as place. It is an attribute. Like when we discussed about SDDs, we use many attributes like e dot value, e dot type, right? So this place is also another type of attribute, and we'll associate this attribute with each and every variable in the assignment statement, the grammar, production rules in the grammar. And it actually refers to, e dot place means it actually refers to the entry in the symbol table where its value is stored. It refers to symbol table entry of variable where its value is stored. Okay, it is actually pointing to the value of that particular variable in symbol table. So that is e dot place. Now lookup. Lookup is again another function, and it is used to check whether a particular ID is present in the symbol table. That is, after lexical analysis, the details of this identifier x, y, z, and w will be updated in the symbol table, right? So we will check whether the particular variable x, we have to give the result of this entire thing to x, right? So before doing that, the compiler will check whether a variable named x is actually present in the symbol table. If yes, means it will return a pointer to that, or else if it is not present, or if it is not entered in the symbol table, then it will return an error. So these are the three things that we'll make use of when we write the translation scheme. Okay, so we already discussed what a translation scheme is. Now let us write a translation scheme for that. So first, let me write the translation scheme for this. It is just we are just propagating the value of t to e, right? This means that whatever value we have given for t, it has to be given to e, right? So, and this quadruple is being generated. We'll use this emit function only for statements involving operators. Okay, if there is an operator present, then we'll have to emit a quadruple. So here there are no operators involved. We are just migrating the value of e to t. So that means we have an attribute place, e dot place, okay, has to be given whatever is in t dot place. We are just migrating the value of t to e. So e dot place is equal to t dot place. Likewise here also we have a statement which is just copying its value. So here t dot place is equal to f dot place. Okay. Now let us write the translation scheme for this one. So here you can see a plus operator is involved, right? So how will we write the tree address code or translation scheme? Since it is having an operator, we have to use the emit function, emit. So we are going to emit a quadruple. So quadruple means there is 4 fields and the first field should be the operator. So what is the operator? Plus operator. Again, your first operand is e. So we are using e dot place here, comma, second operand is t dot place. So whatever is available, the value of e, okay, that is e dot place, comma, t dot place, comma, its result has to be stored to some temporary variable. That is the new temp. Okay, new temp means we are generating some temporary variable. Okay, and so the entire result is now available in this new temp. And what we have to do, that new temp has to be assigned to e, right? So e dot place is equal to new temp. Okay. So this is how we write the translation scheme for this particular statement. So for this, it is also the same. The only difference is you have to change the instead of plus, you have to give star operator, right? So here you have a star operator. Operators involved. So what we have to do? We have to do the emit. We have to enter quadruple emit. Operator is star. Your first operand is t. So t dot place, comma, f dot place, comma, the result has to be assigned to a new temporary variable new temp. Again, that value of new temp must be assigned to t. So t dot place is equal to new temp, right? Now let us write the 3 address code for the translation scheme for this production rule. So here you can see that id is involved. Whenever id is involved, you have to use a function known as lookup. First, we have to check whether identifier named some x, y, z, etc. is present in the symbol table. For that, we have to use the function lookup. So what we will do? We will lookup of in. It has to return a pointer. So pointer p is equal to lookup of id dot name. So suppose this is x. Id dot name means it may be x, it may be y, it may be z or w. Okay. So it is returning a pointer. So we are using a variable p. So pointer p is equal to whatever thing it is returning, that is being assigned to p. So p is equal to lookup of id dot name. And if what it will return some value. If p is not equal to null, that means if p is not equal to null means the an id name some x, y or z is present in the symbol table, right? If p is not equal to null, then what we have to do? We have to just assign the value of that to f, right? Then f dot place is equal to id now is its pointer is available in p. F dot place is equal to p. Okay. Else, if p is returning a null means the symbol table doesn't have an entry named id dot name. Okay. Some x, y, z or it is not present in the symbol table. Then it will return an error. Else return error. Okay. Close the brackets. So this is how we write for id. Whenever id is there, you have to use a function lookup. So it is returning some value. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to use a variable p. It can be any variable. I'm using p. P is equal to lookup of id dot name. So if an id named some x, y, z is present in the symbol table means what it has to do, the things that we here means we have to assign the value of id to f, right? So if p not equal to null, that means if it is actually present in the symbol table, then we have to assign its value to f, that is f dot place is equal to p. here we needn't generate any quadruple. Why? Because there is no operator involved. Else, if there is no such ID, then it will return an error message. So else return error. Okay, this is how you write for what else error. Okay, this is enough. This is how you write for ID. Now let us look at how can we write the translation scheme for this particular production rule. So here also you can see an ID is involved, right? So what we have to do first, P is equal to lookup of ID dot name. And again the same way, if P not equal to null, then what we have to do here, we have an assignment statement, right? If this is not equal to null means we have to assign the value of E to this ID, right? The ID equal to E means it is similar to this one. So this will be your E. The value of this expression has to be assigned to this ID X, right? So what we have to do, we have to emit a quadruple here. Why? Because we have an assignment operator here. Emit, the operator is assignment. What we have to do, first operand is the value of E. So E dot place, you don't have any second operand, null, has to be given to your ID. So ID means now the pointer to it is P, right? It has to be given to P. So it is the result, right? The value of this expression has to be assigned to this. So this is your resultant field. So it has to be given to P. Again, what we have to do, else what we have to do, if it is equal to null means else it will return an error message. Okay, this is how you write the translation scheme. Now let us look how we can generate quadruple in while we are evaluating a parse tree for this. So this is the parse tree for the arithmetic expression x is equal to y plus z star w. So we have constructed a parse tree using the given production rules. Okay, parse tree for x equal to y plus z star w. Now let's see how whenever it is evaluated, how it is going to generate the intermediate code. Okay, so here we are evaluating. So S produces ID, we doesn't have any production like that. Equal to, okay, it is skipped. Again we'll reach here. Here you can see ID is being reduced to F, right? So we are using the production rule, F produces ID. So whenever ID is reduced to F, what is to be looked, it will check whether a particular ID dot name means a particular ID here is Y, and ID name, identifier named Y is present in the symbol table. If yes, what it will do, it will assign F dot place is equal to P. So F dot place is equal to P means P is actually pointed to Y, so its value is Y, right? Again, F is being reduced to T. Whenever F is being reduced to T, T produces F. T dot place is equal to F dot place. So T dot place is equal to F dot place means now it has the value, F dot place has the value Y. Again, T is being reduced to E. So E produces T. What we have to do? E dot place is equal to T dot place. So E dot place is equal to T dot place means it is actually equal to Y. Again here also the same thing. F dot place is equal to Z. Again T dot place is equal to Z. Here also F dot place is equal to W, right? Again when we traverse up, we can see that this T star F is being reduced to T. T star F, whenever it is reduced to T, what we have to do? We have to emit a quadruple. So here we are going to emit a quadruple. How? Star and whatever is in T dot place. Now T dot place is equal to Z, and F dot place now we have W, and it is stored, result is stored to a temporary variable. So use T1. Okay, so we have first emitted this quadruple. Okay, this is actually got. Again we have to do one more thing. T dot place is equal to new temp. That means here T dot place is equal to new temp. Here is T1. Okay. Again when we traverse up, we can see that E plus T is being reduced to E. So whenever E plus T is reduced to E, we have to again emit a quadruple. So how is the quadruple here? It is plus E dot place. What is in E dot place now? Y. Again T dot place now you have T1. and its result is stored in new temporary variable. So use t2. Okay, so plus y t1 t2. We have generated this quadruple also. Now again we have to do one more thing. E dot place is equal to new temp. So E dot place is equal to new temp means here it is t2, right? Again we can see that id equal to e is being reduced to s. Whenever id equal to e is reduced to s, what we have to do, it will check whether this particular identifier x exists in the symbol table. If yes, it will emit a quadruple. What is the quadruple emitted here? Equal to e dot place means it is equal to t2. Again you have null. Again p means the identifier to this x. Okay, so this is what we have to generate here, equal to t2. Again it is null over here x. Okay, so we have generated the 3 address code for the assignment statement. We have to make use of the function emit, lookup, and we'll use an attribute known as place. So this is how we generate the intermediate code for assignment statement.